Over the past couple of months, opinion polling for the Conservatives has been in freefall. As recently as November, the polls looked good for the party, where they held on average a comfortable 5-point lead over Labour. That all changed with the Owen Paterson affair.
I would do what I did tomorrow. There was no pecuniary gain.
Boris Johnson's attempt to rescue the former North Shropshire MP from suspension for breaking lobbying rules opened up the Tories to several allegations of sleaze. By the start of December, the damage in the polls was starting to take effect, with the party's lead having shrunk to 1%. Worse was yet to come for the Conservatives, as numerous allegations of lockdown-breaking parties dominated national news.
I understand and share the anger up and down the country at seeing Number 10 staff seeming to make light of lockdown measures.
The most significant moment being the now infamous video of Allegra Stratton laughing in Downing Street.
It was recorded. His fictional party was a business meeting. And it was not socially distanced.
Partygate decimated the Conservatives' lead in the polls, as Labour opened up a whopping 7-point lead over their rivals going into the Christmas period.
Somebody could have told us that the Prime Minister was going to be daft enough to try to rescue an MP who was seemingly playing fast and loose with the rules on lobbying, and then that a video was going to appear which, provided circumstantial evidence about the attitude inside Number 10 towards gatherings, quote unquote. It's always been true that Boris has been a Prime Minister who has been focused on outcome rather than process. That's fine for so long as the outcome is one in which a lot of people believe. So you can fall foul of the UK Supreme Court as long as half the people think that you're doing it in the righteous cause of Brexit, right? The problem is that he's now pursued that strategy for something that nobody believes in. That's the problem. Right? Should have known that from Dominic Cummings. That was a clear warning as to how the public would react if there was any evidence of people playing fast and loose with the COVID rules.
At this stage, the polling collapse had come full circle for the Conservatives, losing Owen Paterson's old North Shropshire seat to the Liberal Democrats, a Tory heartland constituency and the 7th biggest by-election swing since 1945.
We have won the support of the people who have always voted Conservative and people who have always opposed them. Thousands of lifelong Conservative voters, dismayed by Boris Johnson's lack of decency and fed up with being taken for granted.
In 2022, the Christmas break looks set to help the Tories begin to recover in the opinion polls, with Boris Johnson's call on resisting major restrictions due to the threat of Omicron looking to have paid off. But Partygate has now reared its ugly head again. In May 2020, a Bring Your Own Booze party was held in the garden of Downing Street, attended by the Prime Minister, outraging MPs and the public alike.
Mr. Speaker, I want to apologise. I know that millions of people across this country have made extraordinary sacrifices over the last 18 months. I know the anguish that they have been through, unable to mourn their relatives, unable to live their lives as they want or to do the things they love. And I know the rage they feel with me and with the government I lead when they think that in Downing Street itself the rules are not being properly followed by the people who make the rules.
The image of Downing Street laughing in the faces of the public whilst they've been sacrificing themselves for the last 2 years, I think is so iconically significant. I don't think a sort of legalistic report is going to change or add much to that. I suspect that the report will have some get-outs for Boris Johnson as well, because these inquiries tend to. If that report leads in some way to criminal charges or criminal investigation, I think that might change the way in which Conservative MPs view Boris Johnson, and they may speed up any moves they have to look for a replacement.
Boris Johnson's authority in his own party is now on a knife edge, and the early signs in the polls suggest that the public may have had enough.